business be accomplished. I know you're all
As a man, I'm flesh and blood. I can be ignored, I can be destroyed, but as a symbol, as a symbol, I can be incorruptible.
He gave us a signal.
Where are you?
Something elemental, something terrifying.
Hey, welcome back. It's Saturday morning. That means it's episode 34 of Cavecast. With me, as always, is Drunken Emerald Arrow. Today, we'll be discussing Black Mask. Emerald, how's your day going?
Wait, it's Saturday morning? I thought this was in other news. Man, my days are all screwed up. Happy weekend, happy Saturday morning, really. Doing well.
Like, oh, no, don't
good.
screw with me like that. Sleeping patterns are all jacked up.
Indeed.
Yeah, you ever done that? Or it's like you fall asleep like as soon as you get home from work, and like you wake up a couple hours later, like, oh shit, it's 8 o'clock. And then like you text your boss, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna be in late. And you're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, oh, no reason. I forgot that I'm retarded.
All I know is I've been watching the weather around your area just because I still have family that lives on the opposite side of the state from you. And I'm going, man, I really miss weather that could be potentially deadly. Good thunder showers. I miss those.
Yeah, it's super fun. I guess last night in Chicago, the winds got up to like 90 miles an hour.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of the Max Velocity channel because he does a lot of live reporting and stuff. And I mean, that's a good YouTube channel to watch for storms and stuff like that because he actually interfaces with the storm chasers. So they're showing live shots of like tornadoes coming down and the storms. And one of the storm chasers last night, actually, they grabbed one of the pieces of hail that fell, and they were quite literally baseball size hail.
Oh my God. Yep, that's scary. Scary stuff. Let's say hello to the chat, although we'll have more people jumping in. And guys, yeah, like the show, share it out. Scream it from the mountaintops. But first one in, Ryu, my trusted mod. Morning, Sammy 3P, and hope you and the missus are well. We are well. Zelosi, nice. Got your cup of coffee ready. I should probably get one, but who knows? And then Alex Darby, Tornado Alley is busy. Yes, it is.
It has been for the last couple of days, but especially last night at one point when I was watching Max Velocity, we had an active 23, I think was the total at one point of tornado warnings.
That's crazy. Yeah, but you can tell when they're starting to come to, like when it's Rick, good to see you.
That was the one thing living in Michigan, you can tell when a storm that bad is coming, and it's going to be, even the color in the sky changes.
Oh yeah, the color when the color starts to look like lake green, you're like, you better
get yes. Yep, that's a signal to head in. That's not a natural. That's not a normal color.
Like you take your dog outside to like go piss, and like his ears go back and his tails go down, and it's like, yeah, just go so we can go back inside. But you also can tell just like from how the temperatures are going to be, right? Like when it goes from like 34 to 78. Back down to 30 something, you're like, okay, well, if tomorrow's a moderate day, it's gonna be torrential.
You can tell when the fronts are coming through, and if it's significant front, oh, you're gonna get some storms.
Or yeah, or we'll get those days where especially this time of year where the temperature gradually goes up, so it'll start out at, like I said, it's also kind of like hard to dress because you'll look outside and like it's not cloudy or anything, but then you walk outside, it's like 35 degrees outside, so you're bundled up, and then by midday it's gotten up to like 75, and I'm sitting at my desk going like, man, I think I'm coming down with something. It was like, oh no, the temperature has gone up 40 degrees.
Yeah.
But
So let's see. Nothing like trying to find the right audio track. Oh, hey, so Black Mask?
yeah, I'm just distracted. My father just texted me about
Oh,
something, and I was like, I don't know. Oh God, this is like a curveball question. Um, all right, we're here. All right, we're good. We're good. It was just like a technical question, and I was like, I had to go through my dad's like television program. He's like, so do I hit input? Because the sound's not coming out of the DVD player, and it was just like I just like streamlined it for him. He had he had a splitter, like an HDMI splitter, and I was like, why do you have the like you obviously you have a DVD player, like you don't really give a shit about like the clearest picture, just put that on full component, because it had like the 6-prong, which is
yeah.
arguably just as good as HDMI anyway.
The only thing it doesn't do is yeah, no, actually, yeah.
You
I
know,
mean, yeah, it does exactly the same thing. The only difference between HDMI and going full component, the only difference is a little bit higher of a transfer rate, but other than that, the picture's the same.
yeah, but I'm saying on DVD, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, DVD is 480i is usually sometimes 480p, but that's all it's on a DVD.
Yeah,
That's
so
standard. It's standard definition.
So he
you,
had, like,
you
this
don't
weird-
need.
he had this weird splitter, and it was like, and all he wanted was just that, his Fire Stick, and obviously the cable. And I was like, one, you don't even need the Fire Stick because like every cable box now has like an apps section, but he doesn't want to do that. So now he's asking me these questions, and I was like, dude, I couldn't have made it more simple. Input 1 is cable. Input 2 is your Fire Stick, and component is your DVD player. Like, it's not. Just hit the input button until what you like comes up. Like, but he's getting up there. It's fine. I'm about to do like the thing that you see on the internet where they just put duct tape around everything.
Oh yeah,
around the button.
well, you didn't label your fault is that you didn't label the remote. You label the remote on the back and have it there. So you just say, Dad, look at the back of the remote, and it says input 1, and it's that remote for the cable box.
Well, the thing that screws them up. So on one remote, it's input, and on the other remote, it's like something else that means the same thing. Like, source. So it's just like it's the same shit.
Input and source. You've screwed him up because you've labeled them as two different things.
I didn't do that. Fucking Sony did. All right, now we got more people jumping in. All right. BS Warren, good to see you. Bush McFadden. Or McFadden. I like McFadden, but it's McFadden. But
If it was 1D, it'd been fading.
I know, but I don't know why I do that. All right. Let's yes. Technology. No, it's not. It's actually the thing was before I jumped in and like I don't know who set this up. I don't know why we continue to talk about this, but like it was so cattywampus. Boosh McFaded. That's his rap name. And so I
it's
like I
McAff.
removed like 90.
No. It's not no, it's not McAff. It's McAff, not McFadden. It's just McAff. You got McG, and I mean McAff.
Yeah,
that's his rap name.
Obviously not known for his culinary skills, his linguistic prowess is unmatched in a freestyle battle. We all know this. Yeah, he's not that bad. Like, you know, they're both kind of like computer illiterate. It's just like the AV stuff just kind of runs them.
What, you're not supposed to... I just use the popcorn button for everything. Is that not right?
I just use the add 30. I just use the add 30 seconds.
30.
Yeah. It was like, well, one, I never know how to cook anything anymore. And two, it was like, all right, and as soon as it starts bubbling, it's done. All right. And there we go. Oh, Sebrew. Why has it got to be Blasty Mask? Well, this is an interesting character. Yeah, back on track here. And although I am disappointed with myself because the picture I used for the thumbnail is the picture on the Wikipedia, but I thought it was the best representation of the character. Because the character has gone through some wild transitions, still kind of the same, still kind of plays the same role, but the motivations are different. Oh yeah, no, that would be fun too. So like every phone call for like the first 2 years where my dad got an iPhone, he would just like FaceTime message me. So he was like, "Why isn't your camera on?" And I was like, "Because like it's 7 a.m. and I don't." you gotta like comb your hair. You're going to work today, aren't you? Dad, why are you calling me this early? And for those of you guys who don't know my dad is the type of guy who wakes up at like 4:35 o'clock in the morning. And the first thing he does is he opens the paper and he reads the obituaries. So like when you get a call from my dad, like early in the morning, he was like, "Hey, you remember your first grade soccer coach?" I'm like, yeah, I remember. Oh, he died this morning. You're like, thanks. Cool.
Thanks.
I haven't had my coffee yet.
No. Okay. Yeah. Does he update his phone book too and make sure to line out his name in the phone book?
Yeah, you know, but he is the guy who like passes the word along and was like, "Oh, hey, you remember that girl Ashley Yakubishin? Ashley Yakubishin? You went to grade school?" I was like, yeah. I remember went to school with her for like 8 years. Yeah, I quite remember her. Yeah, her mom died. So if you want to like stop by the funeral home, it's at Wozniak. You're right there on Shaner. If you just want to stop by, I'm sure that would mean a lot to. Thanks, Dad. I'll do that. Yep. So that and celebrity deaths, he gets a big kick out of that too. So like when we're always trying to like beat each other. So like I got him with Chuck Norris the other day, and he's like, "Oh damn it! I heard he'd been sick."
Well, that one's an interesting one because I put that in our group chat as soon as I saw that he went in the hospital, and it's like less than 24 hours was the announcement he died. It's like, geez. All
yeah,
right.
but
wow, that
he
means
was getting ready to get the jump on me because he saw that he was in the hospital. Yeah. So like anytime that I can like get one away with him, the biggest one was Michael Jackson, because like Twitter had just really started like taking off as like the way to get your news.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I think he was like the same age as my dad. So, you know, and we grew up in Detroit. Michael Jackson,
Yep.
the Jackson 5. That he was a big fucking deal.
Motown.
Yeah. So it was when that was like, no, I refuse. It was like, no one's got this. I was like, dude, it's on Twitter. He's like, what is Twitter? Yeah. All right. Yeah. Thanks for the daily reminder of our mortality.
Does he still
No.
use a paper phone book?
I mean, I think he still has like a Rolodex on his desk, but I think most of his numbers are in his phone. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Put an old style Rolodex in front of a younger generation. They have no fucking clue what that is.
Oh, try get him into a library, but two, try to get him to find a book with the Dewey Decimal System.
Oh, next to impossible.
Yep. Yeah, that's another thing too. Because we're a Dago family, so he'll be like, "Listen, I'm out of town. A friend of mine's husband passed. I need you to go there and pay respects for the family. Got to stay long. Just make sure you write your name in the book and you go up to the casket, pay your respects, and then go to this woman and tell her, I'm sorry I can't be there in person." Like, all right. My wife,
You must
for
preserve the
first, 5
family, the
years,
family
did not-
honor.
Yeah,
It's the
my wife
family honor.
never understood it. She's like, "Why are you doing?" It was like, it's an Italian thing, I guess.
Yeah.
And then, like, when her dad died, we had like a bunch of old Dagos like bringing us like casseroles and stuff, and she's like, "Oh, is this what?" I was like, "Yes, it's a community. That's what you do, But let's see. That's silly Bennett who said she heard David Bowie had been sick. Like, sure, hun. Schizo take. Some might suggest an obituary of the news is yeah, I guess. I think now that like social media and everything, like obituaries aren't like necessary. But regardless. Roger, you bastard. Okay. We got all the
Do you want anything? I'll go get a snack. Ma!
yeah, meatloaf. I like how that became like the testament of that movie. Like people were quoting that movie left and right, and now it's just gotten down to that and Stage 5 Clinger. Those are the only.
Yeah, those are the only things that really stuck from that movie.
But I digress. Also, I have to blow my nose because it's allergy season, so I will go like this.
Obviously, he doesn't want to put on a show for everyone. Everyone watch me blow my nose. Enjoy the sounds.
Oh, it's been bad. Should have heard me on Pimpcast the other day. I had the Batman. I mean, my voice is normally deep, but like when I'm got allergies or I'm sick, like I'll call, people will talk to me on the phone at work and they'll be like, "You can at least sound excited to do your job." I'm like, "This is as good as it's gonna get." This is how I sound.
This is what this government job has done to me. This is all I have left.
I'm a libertarian who tells people what to do on their property on a daily basis. I hate my life.
Do you understand? Do you truly understand the cognitive dissonance that I constantly have to go through every single day in my life?
Yeah. I had to charge a man to build the shed because it was too close to the easement. Okay. I don't want to talk. And you know how much I love bureaucracy. Yeah, if you could just send that back to us in triplicate, that would be great.
Sorry, we couldn't do it. You only got 2 copies in, and we need that 3.
Yep. Sorry, you got it for the white and the pink, but we need one for the yellow. It's all digital now, so now all these people will come in with that shit in triplicate, and we're like, we have an online portal, and so this could be uploaded as a PDF. And then meanwhile, they're all
Make sure
calling
you get all 3 copies of that for that PDF, though.
Yep. Ooh, sorry. Like,
oh, they're out of order. They're supposed to
they'll-
be white, yellow,
They'll come
then
in with like
pink.
full size
You
plans.
put it
and, like,
as you put it as white, pink, yellow. Sorry, we couldn't accept it.
they'll come in with like their full size plans now, thinking like they're on top of it, and they're like, "Well, can't you just scan it?" And it was like, "Yeah, this is a government office, not a Kinko's. You're gonna have to talk to your engineer. He'll have it because he printed it for you and sent it to you. We're gonna need this as the PDF. Thank you and have a great day." All right, but now that might not be my supervillain origin story, but it might be someone's one day. We're like triplicate. Then his eye starts twitching, and then all of a sudden he becomes the bureaucrat, and he moves to Gotham. But otherwise, there's Roman Sionis, popularly known as the pseudonym Black Mask. He's a supervillain appearing in the American comic books DC. He was made by Doug Munch and Tom Mandrake. The character debuted in Batman 386, August of 1985. So very, very at the very end of one of the first original post-crisis characters, and made famous by his first couple bouts with Jason Todd.
Dead puppies, dead puppies, dead puppies aren't much fun.
Always in our hearts. He is commonly depicted as a brutal and ruthless crime lord in Gotham City who has a fixation with masks and derives sadistic pleasure from acts of torture. Black Mask is one of the most enduring enemies of the superhero Batman and belongs to the collective that make up the Rogues Gallery. Black Mask has been substantially adapted from the comics to various forms of media, to the DC extended universe, film Birds of Prey. He's played by Ewan McGregor, who we don't talk about Birds of Prey. That wasn't a good movie.
No.
He was in the Arrowverse in the series Batwoman, which I didn't know this. Additionally, in the series Gotham, his father Richard Sionis is portrayed, which makes sense because the character, his dad, does kind of like play a part. And he's almost I believe young Roman had some run-ins with Bruce Wayne because they were both, privileged growing up. They're both kind of rich.
Bosch brings up a really good point. Sammy has the upper Midwest accent down pat. Gosh darn it, right? To heck.
Oh, don't I know?
You know what? I fight so hard growing up in Michigan and having some of those predilections that trying to break those. If I'm really tired, they sneak out.
Yeah, I spend a lot of summers out west, so sometimes like the Western Michigan accent comes out, which is eerily similar to a Southern accent, but like it's got some weird tweaks to it, and it's just a different type of hick.
I worked with someone from, I would say, Louisiana area, worked with him, and he just was listening to me, and he looked right at me, and he goes, "You're from like Michigan, aren't you?"
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Let's see. So, I'm sure DC Rebirth, who later integrated into the comics, relaunched Birth as the Mask, but this is very close to his like original design. So That's another thing too. This is a weird his origin story is odd because like they set it up to be a mystery, but they don't make it a mystery the entire time. They'll be like, hey, there's this new character and his name's Black Mask, and then they'll be like, oh, this is Roman Sionis. I wonder what's gonna happen to him. And you're like, oh, I bet you he's gonna become Black Mask. But he was established in his first appearance. Roman Sionis was born into to wealthy, self-absorbed parents who cared more about their social status than their own son. Moments after Roman's birth, the doctor carelessly dropped him on his head, and the parents covered up the entire incident so their high society friends wouldn't find out. Years later, he was attacked by a rabid raccoon at the Sionis family estate. The parents forbade him to mention it to anyone.
Wait. Okay, so you have the lore of we'll use movie lore when it comes to the penguin. He was born, looks like a penguin, and then thrown into the sewers, raised by penguins. You would think with him being bit by a raccoon, he would have became like Raccoon Man.
Yeah, he would have had like raccoon-like powers. It was like, oh my god, who's digging through my trash?
Exactly.
I mean, he would still have a
black Rick. Exactly, Rick. Why didn't they call him Raccoon Man?
Yeah, or Trash Panda. Let's see. Yeah, and another thing too was like, don't tell anyone that you were bitten by a raccoon. It was like, why? I just heard the way fell down a well.
If people knew you were bit by a raccoon, it would lower our social standing. We on this upper level do not get bitten by raccoons.
Yes, you've sullied the Sionis name with your incident with this rabbit animal. Despite their dislikes for fellow socialites, Thomas and Martha Wayne, Roman's parents continued to associate with them to maintain their social standing and forced Roman to befriend their son Bruce. So his parents' hypocrisy had a deep impact on Roman, and he grew up to resent them and the masks that they wore in public, and that's going to be a big theme with him moving forward, if you couldn't tell. But yes, yes, Rick's got it. Only peasants get bitten by rabid animals. Now, had the animal that bit you been thoroughbred, we would have told everyone. After graduating from high school, Roman was giving a high-ranking position in his father's company, Janus Cosmetics. There he met and fell in love with a working-class model named Cersei, though his parents did not approve of the relationship and forced him to break it off. Enraged, Roman burned down the house, burned down his family mansion, killing both of his parents and inheriting the fortune and the business. Roman lacked his father's business acumen and eventually ruined Janus Cosmetics by funding a failed line of face paint makeup. And by face paint makeup, it was like some crazy makeup that would it was like waterproof or something. And then they found out. Thanks. That's stuck in my head now.
Yeah, now it's in mine too.
Got me some
that great 90s classic.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that sidetracks us really easily. Throw out lyrics from 90s music, and that will derail anything.
Yep. Well, that's what I always do on Lights Camera Citation. I'm always like interrupting them with quotes from like the Pure Moods commercial.
Oh.
Set adrift with the timeless classics of Tubular Bells. Let's see. So either way, this face makeup ended up like causing.
You got to add it in.
What?
You got to add this in though. Besides that one, you need to add. Now that's what I call music, volume 2.
Dude, I have. That's what I call music, volume 1. And
I do as well. 1, 2, 3,
yeah, I think I have
5,
1,
7, 11, and 14.
I think I have 1 and 2. And at the time I think I was like in 4th or 5th grade, so it was like, now that's what I call music. Well, how the fuck should I know?
I had to buy it just to see what they were calling music. I mean,
I luckily I didn't buy a lot of things like that. I bought movie soundtracks, and that greatly
I have those too.
But I'm saying that improved my horizons on music much more than what now that's what I call music was, because it was like,
I had to do that's what I call music, so I could get my boy band fix. So I wouldn't actually have to buy the actual boy band album and had to go to checkout on it.
I didn't give a
No,
shit.
I'm
I was but I was saying, it was like, I'm a guy who likes to sing. I liked my boy bands. I don't care. Be like, baby, when the lights go down. Like, all right, I dig it. Just a bunch of white guys singing R&B. Not a lot has changed. All right, so either way, so the face paint, it turns out like you couldn't take it off, and if you did, like, it was scarring up people's faces and making them sick. And so it wasn't just like, oh, he wasn't locking in on the cultural zeitgeist. Like, he was setting these products out without them being tested. He was a terrible businessman. Despite Desperate Roman had the staff chemist create a product that he rushed to market without proper testing, disfiguring several hundred women. So yeah, just like I said, Cersei, Roman's new fiance, then broke up with him in front of his entire staff. Bruce Wayne, now the head of Wayne Enterprises, offered to bail out Janus Cosmetics on the condition that Roman gave up all control and allowed Wayne to appoint his own board of directors. Humiliated and furious, Roman broke into the cemetery where his parents were buried. Before he could unlock the Sionis crypt, a lightning bolt struck him, blasting the door open and hurling Roman headfirst into a nearby stone. So yeah, his noggin not doing great. Wait, I don't like buying CDs from you. Yeah, exactly, Bush. You got it. Well, I remember distinctly there was a couple times where I wanted to like buy a CD because of the song, and then my dad would be like, "Well, you don't know if you'll like the rest of the CD," and I was like, "Well, that's the point of buying the album, is it's how you know if you like the fucking band or not." He's like, "No. You're gonna want to buy Kiss Greatest Hits. Every song on there is gonna be good." And
oh yeah,
like,
greatest hits usually are just is perfect. You're gonna get
but also
you miss out on the low key really good ones that get underrated.
Exactly. I was like, I'm a B-sides guy, so like but and as a guy, me and him, he just wanted Kiss's greatest hits, and like he just wanted me to listen to it instead of just buying it for me. He was like, "Well, you're not going to know if you're going to like Blind Melon. You only like that song No Rain." It was like, well, that's how you figure out if you like the fucking band or not, or if they're just a one-hit wonder. Like that's, or if you like the band and everyone else is fucking wrong. That's just how it works.
And usually only half the time I regret the purchase. I mean, come on. Oh man, okay, so they did only have one hit. Yeah, okay, the rest of it is garbage. Oh well.
No, what, Blind Melon?
No, just in general. When you buy it.
Because I'll tell you what, they have a cover from Schoolhouse Rock. They do a version of 3 as a magic number, and it's fucking awesome. Man and woman have a little baby. There's 3 in the family. It's a magic number. So Bruce Wayne basically takes over the company out of like trying, for altruistic things. He was like, "Oh man, this guy that I knew from childhood, like he's sinking his his family's company. He was like, I'll help him out and then but he's humiliated and furious, so he breaks into the cemetery where his parents are buried. Before he could unlock the Sionis crypt, a lightning bolt struck him, blasting the door open, hurling Roman headfirst into a nearby stone. Roman took the incident as an omen of his rebirth and entered the crypt, smashing his father's casket and using its fragments to carve out an ebony mask. Now starting his new life as crime lord Black Mask. That's nope. No, they're good. It's just the lead singer had heroin issues, and they prematurely. Yeah, there you go. I agree. Bly Melon could have been better if Shannon Moon did no D.
Mm-hmm.
Also, dude, love me some Primus. Oh yeah, no, their recordings are not all created equal, but they're definitely a band to catch live. This Primus. Within a month, Black Mask had assembled a group of dozens of criminals, leading to the creation of the Sionis crime family, better known as the False Face Society. False Face Society, here we can click on it, but it's basically all of his criminals wear masks. Good. Hey, good morning, Sleepyhead. You're muted.
Oh, excellent points, Iron. We can't hear you.
Dude, you can't be saying that about 1930s Germany.
No, still can't hear you. This is unfortunate. He had some great points that we're missing out on.
Had to be said.
Had to be said.
Yes. No,
they're not a studio, but the thing is but I mean, some of the Primus is not studio. That's the thing. They're not necessarily studio band. They're more live band.
Yeah, that's what I said there.
Yeah. So I get it. That it is true. And some are completely the opposite. They're a studio band, and then you see them live, and they're garbage live.
Oh, well, it also depends on the settings too, because like I like the Strokes, but like I saw them in a big like stadium with the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Obviously,
Strokes are not live. The Strokes are not huge venue group though.
Yeah, you got to catch them in like an intimate setting. Because, and then, in juxtaposition with the Red Hot Chili Peppers, who are obviously like more geared towards stadium rock, of course. But yeah, that's I'm just waiting on Iron to come back now. But yeah, I mean, not every band is meant to like pack a stadium. Like, because I remember, you'll see a couple of them, and you're like, all right, that was cool because they were there. But that's why I always like seeing bands at the Fox Theater. It's perfect.
I went to one concert at Comerica Park.
I saw Paul McCartney at Comerica Park, and
I'm not going to say what band because everyone seems to hate this band. I don't understand it. They were a 90s band. It's kind of a little late 2000s, but they were a 90s band. I enjoyed them. No. It's the other one everyone makes fun of.
Creed?
No. Dave Matthews Band.
Oh, no, okay. I've seen Dave Matthews like 5 times, dude. Like, I love Dave Matthews.
Like Dave Matthews Band. Okay.
But they're better. They're better at Pine Knob than they are at Comerica, right? Like,
yeah.
It's
but again, this is early. I have not listened to anything since their drummer died. No,
I thought
not their drummer. Their saxophonist.
No, it was
ever since
it was their violinist. I thought.
No, violin's still alive.
Yeah,
It was-
I
it was a
no, I
sax- it was
like
a
the
sax
first
player.
like 4 albums. I think the last one I bought, it had the single was like for Gravedigger, but yeah, I mean, eventually just we got it, and then Dave Matthews started getting really like self-indulgent and doing a lot of like
Yeah,
solo stuff.
that's again, that's why it's like that's the early stuff I like. The after about 2005, I'm like, I'm out. I can still listen to the old stuff. I just can't listen to the new stuff.
Oh, that's what. No, the violinist got kicked out for like Me Too shit. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Oh.
The sax guy died. It always seems like the
Died
sax
on a
guy dies
four-wheeler. Died on a four-wheeler. Was killed
Huh.
on a four-wheeler, actually. Yes, Roadkill 101. That is very true. It happened in Chicago. The tour bus company that was shuttling the Dave Matthews Band decided to hit a switch to dump their toilets, and it happened right over the river as they were crossing. At the same time, they had a tour boat that was underneath that they
Yes.
got shit on by Dave Matthews Band tour bus. That is
Which-
very true.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing that happened.
Yep.
And then all right. Yeah, it is low key awesome. But I'm trying to think of some other acts that I saw. So like I went to that South Park 25th anniversary concert at Red Rocks.
Did you?
Like, yeah,
Nice.
you know, we flew out to Colorado, and you know, like that was
I've
like
only
a
been able to
perfect
watch the
venue.
video.
Yeah, that was like the perfect venue to see like Primus and Ween at, and then
Mm-hmm.
you know, but I've seen them in bigger venues where you're like, okay, but you know, and not to say that either of them are like jam bands, but like in that kind of category, like they should never be in a stadium. It should always be like an open-ended, like outdoor concert venue, or like a when I saw Queens of the Stone Age, they did their Catacombs tour. That was
Oh wait,
kinda
you
like-
want to know what? In a couple weeks, Christopher Cross is coming to one of our casinos. We hear sailing.
I'm down. I'll try anything once. I also like see, and I don't like listening to them like on the radio, but like I love those like reggae rock bands, like going to like festivals and shit, and where you're, like just laying out on the grass. You're hearing, you know, just a bunch of like white guys with dreads sing about marijuana. It's fun. You know, but let's get back into it. So we started a group called the False Face Society, using the Sionis crypt as the base of their operations, which is weird because it was just a crypt. It was, but eventually I think they moved to like a warehouse. Each member of the False Face Society wore a distinctive mask, and the gang's crime spree spread rapidly throughout Gotham, eventually attracting the attentions of the police and Bruce Wayne, now operating as the vigilante Batman, to settle old scores. Black Mask murdered 3 Wayne Foundation executives and kidnapped Cersei, forcing her to don a mask laced with the Janus Cosmetics makeup, sparing her life but permanently disfiguring her face. And it's funny that they did that because shortly after his debut, Batman 89 came out, and the Joker does a very similar thing to Felicia, you know, and everyone thinks that that's a nod to that, and I'm pretty sure that what's his face, Tim Burton, has admitted that that's where he got the idea from it. So the Joker's girlfriend, you know, who was walking around, Jack, I thought you'd say I get to watch you fix the paintings, you know, like.
Yeah.
That was a nod to Cersei. So he disfigured her face. Black Mask threatened Cersei to rejoining him, giving her a mannequin mask intentionally designed to mock her former life. So this is an aspect that kind of like goes away with Black Mask, is like the who's the asshole kid from Catcher in the Rye? Holden Caulfield. He has like this everybody's a phony kind of aspect to him. It was like, we all wear masks, metaphorically speaking. Elseworld, Black Man and Bat Mask. Yeah, you know what? There's been enough, although I own all of the Batman Elseworlds. Let's see. Okay. Interesting. Let's see. Batman eventually managed to deduce Black Mask's identity, and he correctly predicted that it was Roman. And oopsie poopsie. So he had a masquerade ball at Wayne Manor, and Sionis infiltrated the ball and lured Bruce to a mansion's conservatory to kill him. Bruce disarmed Sionis, forcing the latter to retreat to his hideout, while Robin, Jason Todd,
Dead puppies. Dead puppies. Dead puppies aren't much fun.
forever in our hearts. Jason Todd, he was secretly following him while Batman and Robin fought his underlings at a graveyard. Black Mask escaped through a false bottom installed in his father's coffin and headed to the family estate. Black Mask then entered his old bedroom and set fire to the toys inside, intending to burn the mansion to the ground and symbolically kill his old identity as Sionis. Like I said, there's a big theme with identity here that eventually just kind of like goes away, and I don't know if that's for better or for worse, because it seems quite tedious to keep writing like a character like this who's emo and it's all about masks. But before Black Mask could escape, Batman flung a batarang attached cable around the crime lord's knees, causing him to fall face first into the burning floor just as the bedroom rafters began to collapse. The rafters pinned Black Mask's face into a pile of burning toys. Although Batman and Robin were able to tow him out of the fire, Sionis' mask has been burned onto his face, and Black Mask was subsequently sent to Arkham Asylum, where he remained behind bars until Ra's al Ghul freed all the inmates. Black Mask was not amongst the criminals who followed the Joker, searching for the one behind the breakout, and thus never took part in the war against Batman's allies and loved ones, as the tale was last canonical one that took place on Earth 1 that can be assumed. It can be assumed that Black Mask remained at large. So they kind of do away with the whole mask thing, and now he can't take the mask off, which, I mean, maybe that's what he set out to do. And then after this, he kind of just becomes a crime boss with a disfigured face. Like, there's no like, the mask stuff kind of just goes away. which some people can argue, well, that served as the character. He was obsessed with masks until like he killed his Roman Sionis mask, and now his face that he has now is his true face, and Black Mask is his true identity. People have made this argument about Batman. He's not, that Bruce Wayne is the mask. Oh, yada yada yada. It's all, it's all symbolic bullshit. But you could say that the character, kind of like Jigsaw. I think Jigsaw is a little bit more cut and dry. And yeah, because Billy the Beaut was still a sadistic asshole crime boss before all this. Roman was more of just a spoiled rich kid who hated his parents. Either way, they're both sociopathic killers. But yeah, that aspect kind of like went away, but you could say like he kind of accomplished the task by like killing his old identity and making his new one. Or you can argue that, like I said earlier, a character like this would just be tedious to write. There he is.
Speaking.
Yeah, what's up,
Yes.
Pookie?
There we go.
So we just covered like the first kind of like iteration of Black Mask, where his before his face gets burnt, and that just kind of becomes his face.
Gotcha.
Which, like I said, some people think it's like a profound moment for this character. I just think, honestly, people got bored of the whole everybody wears a mask type, because that's very much part and parcel to his character. And then after this, now granted, there was also like a crisis, and like I said, as the tale was the last canonical one to take place on Earth 1, it can be assumed that Black Mask remained at large. So that was before Crisis. He was introduced during the Crisis event, which is a good question here. I'm wondering which Jason Todd is actually following Black Mask. Is it like pre-Crisis or post-Crisis? Is it Dick Grayson clone, or is it the kid who's stealing the wheels off the Batmobile in Crime Alley? Doesn't matter, and it's really
Right.
not, but all we need to know about Jason Todd is that he dies shortly after this because the world was sick of him, and then they brought him back and made him cooler, and then they misused him throughout the New 52, and now he's just kind of like on the outskirts of everything. Okay, following the Crisis on Infinite Earths, Jeremiah Arkham frees all of the Arkham Asylum's inmates, including Black Mask, to attack Batman during the events of Last Arkham, which I don't remember this story. But that was just like a big thing for a while, is just like all the criminals got out of Blackgate, or all of the criminals got out of Arkham. And it was really only successfully done during Nightfall because it was the means to an end, right? It was to tire Batman out. So when he finally got to Bane, he just had nothing left. That,
just broken.
just,
Yeah, and it showed that Bane was calculated. I know this isn't the Bane show, but it was part of his breaking him mentally, physically, everything. But anyway, I digress.
But you guys thoughts so far? I have to blow my nose again.
About what? Are we talking about Black Mask, or are we talking about the music
Black
we've been
Mask.
joking about? No. Today we've been sidetracked very easily by music.
We're gonna have to go back and watch a replay. See, as I was saying, when my mic was dead, my phone died, no alarm. I just got up and ran in here. And no audio, so had to restart.
we had an over under if you were gonna wake up, but you always wait. You always make it so far like we're about an hour in, which is fine because it's usually like a half hour worth of bullshit anyway. And today it's been exceptional with the bullshit. But yeah, he Emerald gave you 2080. I gave you 3070.
We both lost.
Yeah. Now I gotta kick my dog. I was like, well. So yeah, Jeremiah Arkham. I'm gonna have to remember this. Just just to read, but the storyline began in Batman Shadow of the Bat #1. Okay. I love Shadow of the Bat.
Absolutely.
Shadow of the Bat, and I'm pretty sure I said this before, always had the best covers out of all the Batman comics to this day. It was like, I love the Kelly Jones art.
I was about to say, dude, those were the ones that were peak.
Yep.
Some people bitch about the ears. I think they're great. He gives you such a vampiric look.
Yeah, it was like where because you bought like the mystical. Hey, if you just snatched a person in an alleyway and then you saw that at the other end of the alley, you'd be like, I'll give it back.
Right.
Yeah, it is. Is it functional? No, the cape is way too large and the ears are way too long. But it just somehow works. And some people don't like it, but those people are wrong. And you know what? Often you would find that that's not how he's drawn in the comic. It's just the cover art. And sometimes you got to separate the cover art from the actual book. And if you can't do that, well,
exactly.
Maybe you just don't enjoy the medium as much as I do. But yeah, there's a reason that there's editions of books and it's just cover art. It's just another bonus of liking comics. Those like you get another artist that because usually the cover artist is not the artist for the issue.
Yeah.
Unless you're looking at guys like Jim Lee or something, or
sometimes Kelly Jones too.
Well, sometimes Kelly Jones, but I'm also thinking of like McFlaren. It depends. It all depends.
Right.
So Cyanos then returns to crime after an unspecified breakout, evidently retaining most of his pre-crisis history. He soon began the False Face Society anew, rising through the ranks of Gotham City's underworld while furthering his vendetta against Bruce Wayne. To stop the False Face Society, Batman poses as a new recruit in their ranks, christened Skullface by Black Mask himself. Black Mask later kidnaps Lucius Fox, who had a hand in Bruce Wayne's bailout of Janus Cosmetics. Although Batman is evidently able to save Fox, Black Mask manages to capture. Manages to evade capture. I was like, wait. I was going to be like, Black Mask manages to capture Black Mask? No. He remains at large throughout the events of Nightfall and 0 Hour, which is, I'd say, like one of the first soft crisis events, because they've had major crisis reboots and then they had soft ones. I thought 0 Hour actually did a good job of just kind of being a smaller event, not but actually kind of setting the timeline enough where you needed it. And then it's just now they do it like every 5-6 years and like it's really ineffective. And it's just a marketing thing, and it's just a way to bring things back to the status quo, and it lets all these fucking terrible writers make terrible decisions and go like, well, it doesn't matter because there'll be another crisis. Yeah.
I think they should have stopped.
I'm waiting for the one where he's like, oh, Tim Drake's like, I'm not a little gay boy anymore.
Now that'd be a crisis I could get behind. Like, just undo all the gay stuff.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah. I'm waiting for what is it? Yeah, we're hold on. when, there's going to be a crisis event, and oh, why is there two of the share screens? And Tim Drake's just going to go like this magically.
I'm not gay no more.
Yes.
I don't like men no more. I thought I like women.
Women.
Women. I would not date a man. I would not pour a purse. I would not put on makeup. I will love a woman.
Women.
A woman.
A woman. and then unfortunately, like, spoilers going to be there. Like, we knew. we only have 20 years of continuity of us dating, but yeah. Remember that time where I dated that guy with pink hair? Like, yeah, we remember. But then they'll go like, no, that was all in a weird gay universe. That's why they always make these characters bi. That way they can keep their foot in the door.
They always give themselves an out because they know that, like with the Iceman, and it's really Jean Grey that just was fucking with him. So
yeah. No,
they always got an out.
He was a notorious womanizer. He was like Johnny Storm, and and she's like, Bobby, you know you're gay, right? And he's like, what are you talking? Oh,
and
is that why I always kind of hoped that under the skirt would be a dick?
Dude, they picked him because Gambit was too popular and Johnny Storm had too long of a history. So they went for somebody who they kind of figured was a little less popular and they could get away with it, but they still wanted to stick it to the toxic womanizing, men out there.
Yeah, the machismo. And he Bobby Drake was, unlike the rest of the X-Men, he kind of came from like a point of privilege. I think Angel, his dad might have been rich too, but I can't remember. But
yeah, Warren's the richest. But
yeah,
Bobby was like your stereotypical upper middle class suburban.
Yeah. He wasn't by means like like a Scott Summers who kind of had like a hard Scrabble existence. This was an established guy, and like I said, far more powerful than people were willing to admit.
Omega level.
Yeah. But they're also, with that realization, he couldn't realize it until he realized his love for the D.
Yeah.
And it sucks because that was a thing too, where in the first, like in the earlier issues of X-Men, it was kind of always obvious that Jean Grey was gonna go for Cyclops. Didn't stop Bobby Drake from trying, like he was kind of going in like, like, hey.
Yeah, that was part of his try. It didn't matter. He went after, if there was a girl there, he was always gonna throw it in. He sloppy about it is Gambit.
He was an adequate version of Brock from Pokemon. Where he was gonna shoot his shot, and a lot of the times it worked. Because it was like Bobby had style. Bobby was cool, and then they were like, "Well, you're not allowed to have that, and we're going to make James Bond a black woman." And you're like, I don't. It's someone was arguing the other day that like Yeah, and I didn't argue with this, that they said that Storm is like the best black character in comics, and I was like, okay,
that's pretty fair.
Yeah, that's fair. I was like, it was like there's other contenders, like Jon Stewart, or I really like Blue Marvel, but and then someone else was like, what about like what's the one where it's like it's the third Earth 3 black Superman who's also president, and it was like, yeah, like
the Barack Obama clone.
Yeah, the Barack Obama clone. Yeah, and it was like, no, we're not doing that. But then they were like, yes, no, Storm is the best African American character ever. And I was like, she's not African American, she's just African. And they were like, okay, well, black character. And I was like, no, there's a difference. Like, African Americans have their own identity in this world. Like they're like, and you know what? They don't necessarily like each other all the time either. It's just, they get along under this blanket of blackness that white people will never achieve, because we're like, oh, like I'm never going to get along with the French.
The Irish don't even get along with each other.
Yeah, like, and that's fine. Oh, that was, and someone did bring up Spawn. That would have that might be my pick, but I'm going to say, as far as like a rich history and like what it's meant for comics, and probably Spawn is really good too, though. Like, there's a lot of good crossover. It's not like, Jon Stewart's good too, where you go like
John Stewart, my favorite Lantern.
I still like Kyle Rayner, but I understand why people prefer Jon Stewart. But it's not. Oh, so when you look at Blue Marvel, you go, this is a great character. This is a character that is still designed to be like a black character. You know what I mean? Like, even Black Panther, for being what they are, it was just like like it's made by like a Jewish guy, like his black identity is not inherently part of it. Blue Marvel, his black identities, I'm certain moving forward, Aurora's blackness has come into play, but it was never about that, because like she was too busy being a mutant. Like, you know what I mean? Right. Like there are some weird yes, Sparkles. I'm just talking about like something that I saw, and well, she complains a lot now, but if you're talking about like, in like Claremont's run and stuff like that, no, she's a goddess.
No, and you got to understand, they've pretty much ruined all of the great characters over the course of the year, like, to a point. They always make missteps, making Rogue kind of a complainer now that was not in line with her Claremont character.
Or that Rogue, or that Jean Grey, Cyclops, and Wolverine's rooms all like connect to each other. And it's like, well, that kind of gets rid of the whole love triangle thing if they're all fucking each other. And also, like, what you're trying to tell me, because there's also, it's not just they lead into Jean's room, they lean into each other's rooms. So you're telling me it was like, hey, Jean's busy tonight. You want to cuddle, Scott? Hey, big blue Boy Scout, you want to cuddle? No.
Yeah, so I would say Black Lightning is probably my second pick for my favorite Africa, or even with because the Batman and the Outsiders, I think, is one of the most critically underrated runs of all time. It is, for me, it's right up there with Titans and versus the X-Men.
I mean, but you also have like Cyborg, who's had like quite the glow up over the years, but even then he was part of the Outsiders for a little while. Cyborg, the one time, it was just when they bumped him up to the Justice League, it was like, I don't know if I like that. Like to have him like be like one of the core ones. There's other characters that I thought earned it more.
Black Lightning.
Yeah, Black Lightning. But let's sorry, these sinuses are fucking killing me.
I'm lucky so far. I've not been dealing with any kind of allergies quite
dude,
yet.
I have been on and off sick since MegaCon.
Same, dude.
But it also doesn't help that
Bishop.
Yeah, Bishop.
Rick Brown. Bishop's great.
Let's see. Like I said, the one that I wish that they would explore more is Icon, because that's a really interesting story.
Oh my god, yeah. He can't, he ages when he uses his power. Now, the big argument is that he's an alien, he's not really a black character, but I think that's kind of part of the excuse. They don't like him because he is modeled
okay,
after.
they're always
he's
willing to talk
conservative.
that Superman's a white guy.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Well, Icon's a black guy. Okay. You know what? We're gonna break it down to that. If you want to play these stupid identity games, then you need to prepare to realize that like you're gonna lose. Yeah. No.
An Icon movie with Denzel back in his prime.
Oh, would have been amazing.
So good.
Dude, Amistad with a cape.
Yeah, man. And they easy transition into the DC universe. He could have been Clark's lawyer at some point.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah,
So
no,
much they could have done there.
Luke Cage would have been my other pick. Thank you, Miss.
Luke Cage is great.
Luke Cage is
The
great.
show was not that bad on Netflix.
I don't even think Iron Fist was that bad.
Me neither.
I did not
liked
mind Iron Fist.
The
It
thing
was
is, it
okay.
was like, again, you get these people who don't read the comics, going like, oh, and they made Iron Fist a white guy. It was like Iron Fist was always a white guy.
Yeah,
It's Robinson Crusoe type story. They were doing that a lot back in the day with Green Arrow. All of them kind of have that, man out of place, learning a mystic, exotic culture.
Yeah, but even then it was like he's Tarzan, he's Mowgli, he's it was like you have a bunch of characters like that. Yeah, no, we said Cyborg. No, Riri Williams is a fucking criminal.
You shut your mouth,
yeah,
Miss Sparkles. I know you're trolling.
I know you. I'm gonna have to respectfully beg to differ. Riri Williams is the villain in Ironheart.
Yes.
Yep.
An objectively terrible character.
Okay, I was gonna be like,
every way.
and Ironheart too. I mean, just the amount of exotic scenes that happened in that movie. It just
You watched the wrong one, didn't you?
Oh crap!
Or the right one.
But there's characters like Vixen, which have their own thing, which is kind of like, I know she's involved with like the Red now, which makes sense. Because her powers aren't exactly like Animal Man, but the one that I didn't like was Nubia, which is basically Black Wonder Woman, but it's like it's her sister, and it's like, well, that doesn't really make sense.
It's
in
a derivative character.
Well, it doesn't make sense. Like if you're going through like, oh, we breathed life into clay, and it was like, what? You just use like darker clay this time, or okay, if she's the son of a god, like if you go to Greek mythology, that works, because like the gods on Olympus were cheating on their spouses left and right, and it was like one day Zeus turned into a falcon and had sex with a woman, and it was like, okay, well, that's odd. Well, okay, Batwing is okay.
I liked him better just as Luke Fox.
I liked him better as Luke Fox. The one that I really don't like
name.
is Signal. Signal, we commented on the show, is it's the dumbest character design ever. It was like, I'm gonna lurk in the shadows with my light powers.
And I think they missed up Batwing, just the costume's wrong and the name sucks.
Okay.
They could have made Luke Cage a cool vigilante Iron Man type character.
Okay.
But
Well,
they needed to give him his own identity.
See, Aqualad is a title. Aqualad's a title. So, you had the first Aqualad and then you had Calderam. Calderam was a cool character, stood up on his own, Young Justice. That original run was great. He was awesome in the cartoon. That's another character that they just decided to make gay for no reason. Oh yeah, his argument, spent a little bit longer in the kennel. Yeah. But let's not overlook Rhodey Rhodes.
Oh God. Yeah, no. And that the old run where he took over as Iron Man and God, what was it? Armor Wars?
Yeah, Armor Wars.
And then Iron Man comes back. It's so good. Yeah, Rhodey's great.
Yeah, no, Rhodey's always been awesome. That's the thing too, is like they
and let's just acknowledge that the original actor from Empire playing Rhodey was the superior Rhodey.
Yes, he was. Oh, and we can all blame Robert Downey Jr. for that because that was a dick move. And also he's going to be why the MCU fails moving forward. Because that's the problem is when you get like all these big things, like now you have to pay all these people to come back and their contracts are insane, but paying half your budget to get Robert Downey Jr. to come back when you could, like I said, James Bond, Batman, all these people, we have recasted over the Doctor Who, we have recasted over the years. And that leads into great nerd conversations where like, oh,
Sammy, they did recast Riri Williams.
Yeah.
Well, and Black Panther even, and they have a perfect.
They already recast Black Panther.
Yeah.
It was like
it's so insulting not to.
So much where they actually changed the continuity in the comic books for her to take over. What is her name? The sister.
Who cares?
I know, but it's also like Riri. It's like Cece or Say. Zsa Zsa Gabor, whatever the fuck her name is. No one. I'm sorry. Black Panther, Shuri, thank you. Black Panther is a physical character. Now, you understand that he has a wonderful mind. He's a monarch, but they had the first movie's basically The Lion King, but when they decided not to recast and then altered like the comic book continuity, this is why I do not like Disney in charge of stuff, because like it's gotta all go to the toy sales. No one's buying the toys but like old guys like us, like but did you see who they picked to play Shuri? What is she, like 90 pounds soaking wet? I don't give a fuck how much Krav Maga
It's
Shuri could hit me in the face and I would be like, well, that was uncalled for.
Now, forgive my ignorance when it comes specifically to Black Panther, because I'm a racist and I don't read black comics apparently. But isn't honestly, in this case, isn't Black Panther literally a mantle? It is not necessarily an individual.
Yes,
that is true.
Literally a mantle.
True.
Okay,
so the recasting and a different Black Panther would have been completely fine.
Yes, and also T'Challa has progeny. T'Challa was married to Storm for a little while. He was married to.
Hated that.
I didn't hate it.
I'm a Storm and Forge was the best relationship, man.
I did love Storm and Forge. It's not. So that's another thing too, that these liberals. So what they'll do is like, hey, we made this character gay, and then all of a sudden they'll come flocking, and the people that you're trying to get to start reading comic books, they will buy that issue just to say that they got the issue, that they support that thing. And then the drop off will be incredibly
immediate.
Steep. Okay. That's why I always use Spider-Man as a good example. Like the newest iteration of Ultimate Spider-Man, where he's back with Mary Jane, Peter's happy and has like a married life.
Mm-hmm.
And it was doing well, and it was selling just as well as the Amazing Spider-Man. Obviously the titular run. I know there's like Web of Spider-Man and Peter Parker Spider-Man, and there's, it's the same thing. Batman has the same thing, where it was like when you look at DC, most of the top 14 selling books are Batman orbiting or just another title. It's not the main action or Detective Comics Batman or Batman, but it's like Shadow of the Bat, things like that.
Miss Sparkles is pointing out Black Panther is now white in the latest comics. Good. We are getting so much closer to Ryan Gosling as Black Panther.
Yeah. Okay. No, but Miles. It's not Miles Spider-Man. It's just Miles Morales. So that's what I'm saying.
Now
that's what I'm saying though. So the editor came out and said just because this is selling just as well as our flagship brand, that doesn't mean this is what the fans want. And it was just like, you arrogant cunt. And I forgot we were on YouTube and not Rumble. Either way, yeah, you arrogant cunt. To think that the people actually buying this are telling you what they want through sales. That's how sales work. And then to go, it's like, nope, we still want Peter in that cuck chair. They just now started killing. They killed Mary Jane's boyfriend. Now Mary Jane is now Venom, and Eddie Brock is Carnage. And
oh man,
that's another thing too. It's like, guys, chill out with the symbiote suits. We don't need. One of the cool things about stuff, especially the symbiote suits, is over the course of time, you learned more and more about them in little dumps, right? First it was just Peter Parker's suit in Secret Wars. A little bit later, you found out it was alive. It was messing with his head. Then you find out it's an alien. And then it goes to Eddie Brock, and then it was like, oh my God, they can reproduce. And then you have, basically Carnage, which I like to think is basically like Spider-Man's version of the Joker, Cletus Cassidy Carnage. So you have, but then you have the Future Foundation, or not the Future Foundation, with the Life Foundation, where they start doing, a bunch of different stuff with these suits. When you oversaturate it starts to lose the meaning, but also, and then you'll have another thing. What's his face's run on Venom was fantastic until he got into a car accident. And was it Donny Cates?
I think.
But he did that, and he came up with it's they're not just kind of a thing of parasitic aliens. They're the Clintar, and they all answer to Null, who's like a god, who existed before light, and he wants to bring darkness back because he lived in darkness before, and it was there was a lot of things pretty cool, the King in Black was a great storyline. Well, it's almost like the same thing with the Batman Who Laughs. It was so you had this wonderful thing. Sit on that. Let that simmer. Let that resonate for a little while. It was we didn't need, after Dark Knight's Metal, we didn't immediately need Dark Knight's Heavy Metal, where it was pepper the character in. That was one of the cool things they did about Venom when Venom shows up. The first thing that Venom did was push Peter Parker in front of a subway train. Why is that significant? Oh, well, it didn't show up on his spider sense. Why could that be? let these things breathe, and then you don't hear about it for a couple of issues. Let these things breathe. You don't have to be like pummeled over it. Like one of my favorite moments with the Batman Who Laughs is a lot, even though his look is significantly different than Batman, he's much more garish and Jokerish. It's still Bruce Wayne. So there's this part where the Batman Who Laughs sneaks into Wayne Tower, and there's a blind security guard that Bruce Wayne hired because like he was in an industrial accident where he lost his sight. He made Bruce Wayne, in his altruistic fashion of what he does things, is like, hey, I'll make him one of my personal guys. Well, the Batman Who Laughs comes walking in sounding like Bruce Wayne. This guy has no idea.
No idea.
So he's talking to the Batman Who Laughs, and you're going like, this is a great moment. This is a like someone wandered into the tiger cage, and they don't know the danger that they're in. They don't. This guy would kill him on the spot, but the Batman Who Laughs realized, if I kill this guy, there's going to be a trail to me. If I just go in and infiltrate and mess with Bruce's computers or do whatever, I forgot what he was there to do, it was like, I can be much more effective. So he spares that guy's life, not because he didn't want to kill him. He could have killed him very easily. He did it because it was for the betterment of the plan. So it shows that, yes, he's very much like the Joker, but he has that pragmaticism that like Batman shows, where I'm going like, this is for the betterment of the plan. And I don't know if you know anything about Batman. He's got a contingency for fucking everything that would carry over to even if Batman decided to go evil. That's why Owlman is cool, because he's like a third world. It was just like, well, like what if all that stuff, but he was bad. It's and I know he's what he's Thomas Wayne Jr. and he's not really Bruce. It doesn't matter. You can have these things, and they can exist, and that's why there should always be a multiverse in comics. But it's not the fact that they exist; it's the fact that these people abuse them and they keep going to the well. A good example would be the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and so they got back into the studio. They just started and they'd gone through like different guitar players and everything. And the execs looked at them and did, hey, do Californication again, because that song did really well. And it's like, well, no, we did that. Why would we give you something similar that's not going to be as good? Because like we already did it. And, and it was like, and I understand there's a hard line to walk being a writer, where you need to take what has already come and tread the line into new territory, but beating something over the head until it's dead doesn't work. Reaching out with these wild identity politics bullshit doesn't work, because they don't stand on their own merit. We talked about why that doesn't work. Is you'll get the target audience for an issue, and they'll say that they bought it, and they'll brag about it on Twitter, and then they'll never talk about it again. And as a matter of fact, they'll probably throw it away. They don't care. The reason that Spider-Man is poignant is which circles back to the main argument where I said about Amazing Spider-Man, the guy, this cunt and his hubris about saying, hey, Ultimate Spider-Man is selling as good as Amazing Spider-Man. That doesn't mean that we need to shift the status quo. And it was like, motherfucker, people have been buying the Amazing Spider-Man since Amazing Fantasy, 14, 15, whenever it came out. It was like, you could have a blank issue that just says Amazing Spider-Man on it, and because people have been buying it, so they're going to buy it because that's the flagship character. Okay, that's just what it is. So if you can't see the significance when people are buying an offshoot alternate universe thing and going like, this is what we really want. Okay. here's the format for Spider-Man, and I know we're off topic again. You can't keep beating Peter Parker into the ground. Okay? Peter Parker needs to have highs and lows to make him a real character. You can't continually shit on him. So I was like, you could do what they did for Aquaman. Get him back to status quo with Mary Jane. They're happy for a couple of issues. For good 2 years, they're going to have a kid. And then Norman Osborn captures the kid. And something bad happens to the kid. That's the highs. Or you could have the kid is stillborn. Something, it was like real life shit. Okay. Peter Parker, Stan Lee said that was the best part about Spider-Man's design is it could be anybody under that mask. That's why you can relate to him. Now the writers took this to be like, oh, it's a mantle. No. We relate to Peter Parker. Okay. These are also the same people who are going, well, Thor is just a mantle. It was like, no, Thor is the character's name. His name is Thor Odin's son. And also you're as much as it might not be wildly practiced, like at the end of the day, like you are kind of like fucking with someone's religion or their heritage. It's not Jane. Okay. You could have said she is the power of Thor. She's not the mighty Thor. She's sickly cancer woman who has Thor's hammer. But that's you do the same thing with Batman. Batman is Bruce Wayne. To quote Eric July, Batman is Bruce Wayne. Period. That's it.
Yeah.
You know what? You could say that he moves out. The smartest thing they ever did is call it Batman Beyond. Why? Because it's not Batman. And you know what? Bruce Wayne is still there telling him how to be Batman. And you're like, oh, well, Terry McGinnis ended up being like a clone of even more. That actually helps my point. Because the only one who could even try to be Batman is Bruce Wayne. Okay. It was like, and you know what? After that, it's Dick Grayson or it's Damian Wayne. Or actually, Tim Drake would be fine. I think we can all agree that that Jason Todd doesn't work. He's too.
Why is that?
Too broke. He's too broken.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't work. It'd be an interesting, they
tried that in the Battle of
Yeah, they tried.
They tried that in the Battle of Kyle.
But as far as ones that could actually almost work as a successor, yeah, I'd say first Dick, then Tim. Not Jason or Damian.
Well, that's why I think, and I can't wait to talk to Chuck when he's on this because I want to ask if he was responsible for this. Why in the fuck was Jean Paul Valley given the mantle instead of Dick? I can't remember.
I think Dick was offered first, but I
want to know in the writing room.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Because it was like that's the natural progression that has happened in so many iterations. Now I understand, but it's a perfect example of why these aren't mantles, right? Because John Paul Valley's Azrael John Paul Valley's Batman just slowly starts to become Azrael. It was everything that made Azrael cool, and Azrael is a cool character. If you're going to hand things on, there needs to be a respect to it.
Dick is first. Well, I am right.
Yes. Yep. Every champion knows where do you come from? Their daddy's balls. You don't come from a woman. You come from your father's balls. That's right. Oh, Miss Sparkles, you have yet to see the breath of my power. All right. So we went on a long tangent here, mostly me, because it's my fucking show. But yes, in a nutshell, I've gotten everything that's fucking wrong with modern comics. Okay, it's because people have identities and not personalities. Okay, any one of these characters, if written correctly, could have, assuming that it's a mantle, an actual mantle. Okay, so if you had me and all of a sudden I could control the weather, I wouldn't call myself Storm.
No. You got to go cool. You can call me the meteorologist.
Weather wizard. Is that taken?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I'm
You can call me the U.S. government.
I'm Al Roker Man. And they're like, well, you can't call yourself Al Roker Man. I was like, no, Al Roker is just a mantle.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then I'll freeze the guy and go, here's what's going on in your neck in the woods. And then I'll, that's how fucking stupid this shit is.
With the ability to randomly crap himself at the White House.
Yeah. With the ability to know everyone's birthdays on Good Morning America. Like, oh man, you're robbing a bank? Dude, you're 36. He's like, wow, how did you know? And then I strike him with lightning. Al Roker Man might actually be an excellent there was a point in time where comic books used to be counterculture, and that's when they were really fucking good. So we talked about Nightfall. Oh yeah, the Black Spider is someone that's been around forever. This is DC's first iteration as, well, it's Spider-Man, but he's like, yeah, he's been around since 76, which, you got Jerry Conway. But as you can see here, he's also responsible for like the Clone Saga. So
yeah.
Which isn't immediately terrible. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. His name is Richard.
No, Richards is his name. Dick is his alias.
Yeah.
That's Dick to you, ma'am.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I hope more people start going by Dick. Like we need to start bringing Dick back into the culture.
Yes, for too long, Dick has been being removed from culture. We need more Dick in culture.
Yep. I know how it sounds, but I stand by what I mean. Well, yes, there's the Black Spider, which, look at this.
Rick disagrees with you.
Well, you know what, Rick? I made my case.
Rachel Levine's real name is Dick. Ironic.
No, why is Dick short for Richard? No one knows. Because back then, I get why you might not want to do it. I'm saying we need to stop making Dick a dirty word. There needs to be more penis in the cultural zeitgeist, and not penis like actual penis. We need more masculinity.
Oh no, I wasn't. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's like, no, I wasn't going some kind of cryptic thing and joke about just dick coming back. I'm talking about actual masculinity, actual male role models, actual dick.
Yes. Yes. It was like when
not the one that people will sit there and go, well, this is a female penis.
Yeah, no, it was like, yeah. I want good like manly names. Like I always pick like Rick Shaw. Like or when Homer changed his name to Max Steel, like that's yes. Well, I mean, Sparkles, you usually do it on Sesame Street chats, and it just makes people uncomfortable.
Well, it's because you're not because in current times you're not differentiating between a male penis and a female penis. That's why they're getting upset. You're just including them all together.
Oh my God! Speaking of that, like, did anyone see like the new like Elmo ad where he's like with a terrorist and he's like, "What does inshallah mean?" Or he's like, and it's just like, I'm proud because it's Arabic Heritage Month, and you're my Habibi. What's Habibi mean? And I was like, oh, you're my Habibi too. And it was like, oh my God.
Yes,
but
yeah.
The best part is Elmo comes out and he's like, what's Assalamu alaikum mean? And they're like, oh my God.
Yes, Miss Sparkles, that's very true. It is a they them issue.
Yeah, it was like I wrote a joke the other day. It was like I had my identity stolen. Guess what his pronouns were? You, your. Asshole. Real name Eric Needham. Yeah, but so the Black Spider, he's a former drug addict who becomes a vigilante after accidentally killing his own father with his involvement in criminal activities. But he's not that important. Thank you. Yeah, that joke was better than you acted. Mel A. Nin. It was just I was telling people yesterday, my wife, she makes these muffins I really like. They're chocolate and banana nut with chocolate chips. I call them didn't do muffins.
I mean, that's right up there with your classification for your coffee. I mean, so
yes. By the way,
what you have on your plate is a didn't do nothing muffin with your driving while dark roast. Perfect combination.
It'd be a didn't do muffin with driving muffin. But yes, so he shows up with Black Spider, which I hate the web around the neck because it reminds me of like the Victorian, like Shakespeare.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, why did everybody dress like shit in that era? And I was like, it wasn't a stylistic thing. There was a huge fleas outbreak in London, and those collars would catch the fleas. It's they don't talk about that on Bridgerton. Okay, so
it was the more grittier first season of Downton Abbey.
Oh, my sweet summer child. Yeah, no, my wife was trying to get me to watch it the other day. She's like, she's like, you got to watch Bridgerton with me. And I was like, okay, like, what's it about? She's like, okay, it's kind of like Game of Thrones if there was like no violence and everybody's still talking shit behind each other's back, but like instead of like that leading to like wars and stuff, it's just about like who's gonna get married. And like there's this one person who's like writing a gossip column. So I was like, so it's like gossip.
Oh, so it's like Game of Thrones minus dragons, minus actual battles, minus magic, minus zombies. It's exactly the same thing.
Yeah. It was like I got so desperate. I was like, was there at least incest? She's like, of course, it's about elites. And I was like, oh, okay. No, I haven't watched any of it, but no, but I would say, yeah, they get dressed all like that. Everyone's like, oh, it's so romantic. I was like, no, they dressed that way because there was a flea outbreak at that point in time. Which, if they had that in a show like that, where it was just like someone's just like, well, it's hard to make a decision because of all these goddamn fleas. Yes, we'll flee we'll flee the slaves. And they're like, oh, what? It was like, I meant free. Just so goddamn itchy. And they're like, well, that's
how many wars were started because of fleas?
Hopefully one. But okay,
at least.
So the Black Mask, masterful transition. The Black Mask is later approached by Black Spider, which, like I said, is gay Victorian Spider-Man, who wishes to join the False Face Society. Black Mask demands a young man to make his bones by first crashing a masquerade ball held at Wayne Manor. Batman learns that the Black Spider is a double agent working for the mobster Turk Ottoman. Dude.
That's a name.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the most on the nose. I wonder if he's Arabic. And tracks him down by abandoned theater, where he prevents him from shooting Black Mask, who subsequently escapes during the chaos. Black Mask reappears as a crime lord in the Cult storyline. I have read the Cult. It's okay. Having given up his vendetta against Bruce Wayne, which I never understood in the first place, because Bruce Wayne was nothing but kind to him. Their entire interactions, like they were kids. And then like he saw that like he was struggling, and it was like, hey, you can still own the company. I'm just going to bail you out. You're not good at business. My business guys are just going to like run it. And like, and he was like, no, I'm going to kill that motherfucker. It was like, hey, you're a rich asshole. All you got to do is sit there and do nothing. I assume that's just how rich assholes are. We're like, oh, well, great. Then fucking do it. And we don't even have to, pair up a senator and put a dead hooker in the room and say it's not his fault and that we'll take care of it. And he was like, no. What's not my guy? Okay. I don't know if you know about Wayne Industries, Roman. My guys are fucking killing it. You make makeup that disfigure people's faces. We'll still call it what it is. I'll just have my guys take it. I would have been like, Bruce, you're such a good friend, because all I want to do is be lazy and be pedophile, because like I assume because he's a billionaire.
Yeah.
I just want to fuck kids at my own leisure.
You're making way too many sound bites, Sammy.
I don't care. We all know that's what billionaires do. People have to watch my show to clip it. I would love if one day, like, I'll know that I did well. It's like if people start calling my work on, like, he said some fucked up shit last night, I'd be like, I did it.
I made it.
I'm monetized. He controls a large portion of Gotham's criminal underworld until the city is destroyed in an earthquake. in the No Man's Land arc. The No Man's Land arc is
Mm.
far too long.
Not my favorite.
No, it's not. Actually, my favorite version of this story is Greg Rucka did a novelization of it, and it's
really?
still like an 800-page novel, and it, you know, like it's pretty thick, but like compared to I can't imagine how many volumes exist. Hold on, we're gonna check. Batman, No Man's Land, old story issue length. Yeah. Okay. Batman, No Man's Land storyline published in 1999. It spans a total of 80 regular issues, 4 specials, and the Batman Harley Quinn graphic novel. The core narrative runs primarily through the titles Detective Comics Batman, Batman Shadow of the Bat, Batman Legends of the Dark Knight, with additional tie-ins like Azrael, Catwoman, Nightwing, and Robin. Due to the massive volume of the content, the story is usually collected in trade paperback or omnibus editions, though only 40 of the 80 issues were included in the original 5 volumes of the trade paperback collection. So it's like, so it's a monster. It's not not as big as I'd say Nightfall is still bigger, but Nightfall is better. You know,
Yeah.
You have more going on. It raises some interesting ideas. Hey, you know what? It wasn't a bad year for comics. But yeah, it's not the best. Let me see. Oh, that's probably why. Black Mask later becomes the leader of a cult. This is you could say that he's been a leader of a cult since his inception, since the False Face Society is the False Face Society. It's all about the False Face Society is like your mask is your true face. Feels culty. Whose trademark ritual of scarring, foregoing his mask and his disfigured face resembled the black and human skull until Batman and Huntress dissolve it by defeating and imprisoning Black Mask and Blackgate. So it was like, yeah, that's another thing. So then he dropped the mask and it was just like, hey, fuck up your face. Like, so he's just gotten crazier. Then he gets put in Blackgate. At this point, you don't put him in Blackgate, you put him in Arkham. Okay, yeah, foregoing his mask and disfiguring his face to resemble the black and human skull. That's different. Okay, so the other story is he had the mask on and then he fell face first into a fire and the fire disfigured his face. This is how he disfigured his face. I don't think it's as effective because he's making the choice to do so. It's more effective where he falls into like a burning pile of his childhood toys and it fucks up his face because like he's ridding himself of his old identity and he's becoming something new. You know, it's like a metamorphosis. This is just, hey, I've decided to take all nuance out of it and just do it out in the open. And that's just poor writing to me. Though the crime lord escapes, the city was part of the country again. Yeah, so yeah, that was a big thing. If you're not aware, I feel like I have to explain this every time No Man's Land comes up. Although I do love this cover. It's an Alex Ross, which I have a that was one of the best Christmas gifts my wife ever got me, was a signed Alex Ross print of Batman. But basically what happens is there's an earthquake that's so bad in Gotham City that the US government just basically decides we're going to blow up all the bridges because at Blackgate and Arkham Asylum, everybody got let loose. We can't, I don't know, give aid or like, it's a very late 90s like aspect where it was like
dystopian,
so bad, where it was like, dude, the Penguin and the Riddler are running around. Shit, we better blow up every bridge.
Sorry, folks, you're on your own.
Yeah, and it becomes like this, almost like a Mad Max, like dystopian, or
yeah.
There's like
I miss the time when they just said, "You want to know what? It's acceptable losses. You guys are on your own. We're just gonna write you guys off. We're good."
Yeah, actually, that's the kind of U.S. government I want to see. It was like, hey, we are willing to give California to Canada if Japan becomes a state.
Yeah, there you go. Acceptable losses, good exchanges. Write it off.
But well, you can't blame it. It was like, oh, it's gonna take, the city's eating itself, but like that would never happen ever, But it had some cool ideas where all of these mob bosses, it all went down to like an Escape from New York idea, right? Like these criminal bosses ended up taking like territories for themselves, and Poison Ivy was just like in whatever like the biggest park was, and she made it her own private garden. Like it made sense, but it was also like, this is a city in the United States. It doesn't fucking track. And then Batman wasn't there for like the first 3 months, and Jim Gordon's all mad because he's like, where's Batman? And he's like, well, what I like to do is make plans. And this one took a real long plan. And then eventually they're like, wow, Batman's plan was so good, I guess you can be part of the United States again, Gotham. So it was like, it's basically, it became like Chad in wherever,
like Portland.
Yeah, is that where it was? Where it was like, yeah, we're just gonna see what life is like with like no laws and everything. Oh, everybody got raped. Damn, that sucks. But yeah, so that's what they did. And then in Catwoman, he was doing drug trafficking in Gotham's East End. Catwoman begins interfering with Black Mass plans because Catwoman she's a cool character when she's written well. She actually is a pretty cool character in No Man's Land, because when all law is taken away, you're judging these characters by their moral compass. And Catwoman kind of has a moral compass. She just likes shiny shit too. So like, it's not she's not like the weird like feminist character who like, they had that RoboCop scene in Batman Returns. She's like, you make it so easy, don't you? And I was like, no, that's not how you comfort a woman who was just about to get sexually assaulted. You do the RoboCop thing. It was like, you have been in a crisis. I will notify a rape crisis center. That's all you say, because Otherwise, she's gonna blame you. I know he just shot that guy in the dick, but like I didn't need to see that. I almost just got raped. And he's like, well, if you would like to file a complaint, I'll just let the guy rape you next time. But Black Mass retaliates on Sylvia St. Clair, who is a long-standing character, to reveal Catwoman's secret identity to him. After destroying Catwoman's youth center, I like how they just have a picture.
Random youth center.
Yeah.
Okay.
Black Mass kidnaps her sister and brother-in-law, and the latter, whom he tortures to death with power tools, before forcing the former to eat pieces of her husband's corpse, including his eyeballs.
Ugh.
Your thoughts?
Should have made him into chili.
That's all right. You know, if you're trying to establish a goal and get them to eat like certain, yeah. But either way, Catwoman arrives to find her brother-in-law dead, her sister insane, which I mean, I get that, and her friend Holly Robinson. Holly Robinson has been around for as long as I've been
87.
alive.
87.
I'm actually a couple months younger than Holly Robinson.
Go after her, man.
You know what? If she showed up looking like this, I might. I love the cheat. I love like the 90s. Oh, we're not sure that ecstasy's bad for us yet. Look. Big
look
belt.
at that. What happened in 2020 and 2004. She's a lesbian.
Man. My belt isn't connected to my pants. Yeah, no, that's hitting all the 90s kid.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So
Hey,
Holly
but what
Robinson,
I learned from Chasing Amy is that all women just need is some serious deep dicking. So,
well, I mean,
the words you're looking for are, anyways.
Yeah. Okay. In War Games, spoiler, Tim Drake's actual girlfriend seeks out, hoping to get Batman control over Gotham's crime lords. However, Black Mass murders Orpheus by slitting his throat and then proceeds to torture. Spoiler. Although, like, if you get attacked by this guy and you're like, and he pulled like a Cartman, or he was like, I'm gonna feed your parents to your tears, Scott.
We're just gonna have a chili con carne cook-off.
Okay, now we're getting to where Black Mass kind of comes back into his modern look here, and that's kind of what they went with. So Black Mass later infiltrates Oracle's clock tower, which we obviously know that's Barbara Gordon. Whether she's more effective as Batgirl, I do prefer her as Oracle.
Same.
But I don't mind either iteration, right? Because like she's an effective and she's a hot redhead. What am I gonna do? So in an attempt to expose her to the mob, Batman attacks him in a blind rage. Fearful that Black Mass will kill Batman, Oracle activates a self-destruct device in the clock tower to get Batman to save her, which is also like kind of pisses you off. A real fucking smart thing to do. Like, save me instead, because like he's going to. Because Bruce never wants to have that conversation with Jim, right? Like, hey, she's known that I've been Batman the whole time. You might have known. I'm sorry I let this insane clown like cripple your daughter, and then I kept her working for me. you know, there's that episode of Batman the Animated Series where I
the
think,
Scarecrow one.
yeah,
That one's great.
It's one of the best episodes because that's how Jim Gordon would react. He's like, dude, I will track you to the ends of the earth.
Mhm.
But then it gets to Batman under the Red Hood, which, by the way, that we all know is primarily focused around Jason.
Dead puppies. Dead puppies. Dead puppies aren't much fun.
I know I played this clip 3 times, but
You don't touch anything, say anything, or do anything unless I tell you. Got it?
yeah, that's because it's my fucking show. And you know what? Jason Todd.
Dead.
I'm just kidding. So Black
will.
Mask-
Hey, no, Sammy, you do that one more time, I'm gonna whip out my El Gaucho.
Oh, well, you know what? You said it.
For what's right. For love. My paws are a cry for justice. My dick veins are a cry of passion. I am El Gaucho.
The best.
You're like,
El
El Gaucho.
Why did you say that name?
Yeah, this is actually when you actually when you start to see new Black Mask kind of getting out of the, like, this weird limbo that he was in, and actually starting to seem like he was an effective crime boss in Gotham. So in Under the Red Hood, Black Mask then becomes the overlord in Gotham's underworld, gathering financial resources to purchase an Amazo android, which is a big deal. You know, an Amazo android. Let's click, because you guys got to get the deal. Amazo has another Gardner Fox fucking creation, has been around since June of 1960, and he's basically an android that can mimic all of the powers of the Justice League. He's not to be fucking trifled with. All right. And he's Professor Ivo, who what Professor Ivo is that a Shazam character, or
Ivo? I think he's the one who like made Red Tornado and all that.
Yeah. No, he's supposed to be like the foil originally, I thought, for like what's his face in the Metal Men. I felt like he has bled into Shazam lore, but it might just be that he was always just like a Justice League character. There you got Red Volcano, which is also a pretty sweet character. But yeah, his the villainous Dr. Tomorrow. Yeah, Dr. Morrow. Okay, no, so he's strictly like a Justice League thing, which is fine because Amazo is like a Justice League foil. He's the Super Scroll for the Fantastic Four. You know what I mean? It was like, oh, well, how will the Fantastic Four defeat this character who can do all the shit that they can do? And it's like, well, because Reed Richards is a fucking genius. And they're like, well, how is this gonna happen? It was like, well, because Batman's a genius. And or Superman's a genius. Whoever you want to be the genius is going to be the ones. It's not their powers, it's their drive to do good. And he'll never understand because he's a robot. We get it. So he purchased an Amazo android in a large supply of kryptonite. And it's one of my favorite things ever. When you open up this chest, it's so many different kinds. It's like all the different types of kryptonite. And as a matter of fact, I was just made privy to there's a Superman series that like just came out, and it's like I wouldn't call it like an Elseworld, but it's just kind of like a limited run. I had an idea for one. I call it God Damn It, Lois. And like if you ever watch the Fleischer cartoons, you realize it was like, okay, well, Superman will be like, I'm gonna go do this. Why don't you stay here and like not fucking interfere in any way so I can like do my job. And then Lois is like, it sounds like there's a scoop. And then she'll like, I'll just go in the caboose of this robot because this robot has a fucking caboose because it's like the 1940s. And like I'll hide in the back of this robot, and then he'll be like just about to win, and then you'll see like Lois fall out of the caboose, and then he has to like save her, and then he gets like punched into the moon, and then he was like, "Hey, like Lois, I told you to stay here, but I just got punched into the moon." And she's like, "Well, I thought you were invulnerable. Like it hurt. It still hurt." Okay. And now I'm sure I fucked with the tides.
So let's be more on my plate.
Consequences. I asked you to do. I thought that you liked me. I asked you to do something and you didn't do it. She's like, well, I just wanted a good scoop. I would have told you about it after it happened, but then I got punched into the moon and I had to punch a laser beam. And that hurt every single punch because it was a really strong laser beam. It was supposed to blow up the planet, but I had to move an asteroid in front of it and then batter that. And then I had to fly to where this crazy guy was shooting this laser from. And then I had to hug it and explode. But because I didn't want loss of life, I had to jump on it like I was sacrificing myself over a grenade. And now my suit's all fucked up. You have ruined my day. And just having shaming her the entire time. I was like, I'm going to take old issues of Superman and just be like, you know what? You fucked up, Lois. I'm going to make you buy dinner tonight. She was like, well, that's weird because it's the 1940s and I'm a woman. You'll figure it out. You figured out how to get in the giant fucking robot. You can fucking figure out how to fucking buy dinner. Spoiler alert, you pick up the telephone and you make a reservation, Lois, you lazy bitch. You only fucking do things that fucking help you. And that's the problem, Lois. No, nothing? Okay.
Damn it, Lois.
God damn it, Lois is the name. Yeah, but either way, there's this like I'm not sure if it's done yet because it feels like it's like a tri-monthly or what they were doing with Dark Knight's Metal, where it was like, we'll just put out the next issue when we feel about it. But it's like it's a new exploration of what kryptonite does to Superman. And it's been really interesting because it's been harkening back to a lot of like Silver Age shit where like red kryptonite, right? Like red kryptonite, sometimes it just turns Superman, sometimes it just lowers his inhibitions, sometimes it turns him into an asshole, sometimes it turns him into a like giant green lizard monster. We don't know because like they didn't. There's a bunch of issues like
there's
that.
No rules.
Yeah, but there was like, oh, and by the way, there's like 4 more types of kryptonite, and like I don't know if it's gonna bleed into regular continuity, but I'm sure if something's popular, it will. And but it was like it was like a breath of fresh air where it was just like, oh, you're not doing any bullshit. You're actually just like exploring the lore of Superman and trying to add your little fingerprint onto it. It's almost like how comics books used to be. Like I want to check that out. But either way, it was refreshing, or it was like, oh, something that you would do. So I've often said this. If you wanted to start out like being a crime boss or like work your way up through the criminal echelon, you wouldn't start in Metropolis, right? Like you start you start in the city where the guy has no superpowers. You're not going to go to a central city. Your crime will be foiled before you know it's even fucking over. You don't go, to Edge City. Or no, that's the Mask. You don't go there either. But you don't go to what's Green Lanterns.
Oh shit. Star City? No,
City is Star City is
Star Labs.
Yeah, Star City. Shit. Now I'm pretty sure Star City is originally where Green Lantern, like Alan Scott's Green Lantern, started, and then they changed it to Old Gotham. Hold on. Oh, Jesus. They have like a whole Fort Plymouth in North California. Who's the good guy? Oh, okay. Yeah. So it is. It is. Star City is like we're like Speedy and Black Canary. Let's see. Hal Jordan's City. Coast City. Jesus.
There we go.
That was going to bug the shit out of me. I couldn't have moved forward. My autism would not allow. By the way, kryptonite wasn't a thing until 1943, until after the Fleischer comics in the radio show. And the only reason they did that is because it's hard to write a drama when you can't, beat up the antagonist or the protagonist. But it didn't make it I don't think it made its way into comics until 1949. Let's check. Oh, look at that. Spot on. '43 and '49. Either way. It's playing the I'm Not Gay No More video for no reason. So anyway, that's the type of criminal we're dealing with. Is like, hey, I got this shit on Gotham on lock, but just in case any like fucking do right aliens want to do some shit, I got every type of fucking kryptonite there is. Like I'm not fucking around. So, and allied with the reporter Arturo Rodriguez, then later Mr. Freeze, Black Mask begins a campaign to discredit Batman. Rodriguez slams Batman in the press. Black Mask commits a series of murders, disguises the Dark Knight. The real Batman eventually exposes Rodriguez and captures Black Mask, but the crime lord kills the escorting officer transporting him, and he escapes again. So now he's not like this, oh, I'm obsessed with your face, I'm Holden Caulfield, everybody's phony, everybody sucks, and The Catcher of the Rye also sucked, I don't give a fuck. It was the only book that I ever was like forced to read from school, where I ever was like, dude, this guy's fucking dink. I don't fucking relate to this asshole in the slightest. And also, you got like a crush on your fucking stepsister. It's fucking weird. You should just go away. Although it did lead to the death of John Lennon, and he was like a commie homo too. So like, I guess like it has its. I guess there's some bright. John
Silver
Lennon.
lining.
Yeah, you know what? As much as like I respect John Lennon as a songwriter, the more that I hear about him as like a human being, the less I like. It's like Kurt Cobain, where it's just like, oh, must just been a fucking nightmare dealing with this guy. And John Lennon was like, you know what? I'm gonna do heroin all the time, and also I need to put. I know we're trying to record an album and we're the Beatles, but it would really be nice because Yoko twisted her ankle if we could just put in a mattress for Yoko and she could direct us on how to do an album. And Paul McCartney was like, yeah, I don't think that's going to work. And everyone else.
If you want to
was
share
like,
my screen. So John and Yoko waiting for the maid to make the bed so that they can continue protesting against the system.
Yep, no, that's pretty much it. And also, you guys stall for a second.
Yep, that's the left. That's the left.
That sums
Just
it up
like
perfectly.
them out there going right now, because it's the same with them out there going, well, we're protesting against the slavery and dictatorship and stuff like that. But I'm recording on my iPhone.
Right. And when does the catering get here?
Yeah, it's like fuck. Yeah, but this really does sum up the left in a nutshell. So you're protesting the system, but you're waiting for the system to finish up what it's doing before you're going to go back to protesting the system.
Yeah, well, it's the typical thing. They don't mean them. They mean us. We're supposed to give up our comforts and this and that. And, you know. Oh, man.
Yes,
So Black Mask,
fight the power with your $10 mocha latte from Starbucks. Yes, absolutely. Right. And then after you get your $10 mocha latte from Starbucks, throw the garbage can through the Starbucks window. Down with the system. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Black Mask.
Sorry, I had to pee too. That while your topic, that's the difference between leftists and like regular people, where it was like regular people was like, we have to do this. Leftists go, someone needs to do this because I'm not going to do it. That's why like a lot of like these leftist insert characters, they're always like hyper violent, where it was like, oh, I'm just a trans girl with a baseball bat. And it's just like, oh, well, that's gonna make some great visuals, but you're basically just a
violent dude with a baseball bat.
Yeah, you just kind of congratulations. Who's the dude from Walking Dead?
Negan.
Yeah, it was like congratulations. You put Negan in a gayer costume.
Well, somebody misgendered me.
In Gotham City? Not on my watch. It was like, oh really? Misgendering is so low on the spectrum of what's going on in Gotham City. So later on, this will probably be like we'll wrap it up here before we get into other iterations. So later, a series of attacks by the Red Hood, later revealed to be the resurrected Jason Todd. We get it. Dad, puppies. We got it. Okay. Because Black Mask causes Black Mask to lose power and money to his new rival. The assassin Deathstroke later approaches Black Mask, offering him a place in the society eager to strengthen his increasingly tenuous grip on the underworld. The crime lord accepts. However, the Red Hood eludes the society's members and dismantles Black Mask's control over organized crime. Black Mask then threatens the most important people in Catwoman's life, prompting her to kill him with a gun. After shooting, Selena Kyle passes the mantle of Catwoman to her friend Holly. Gay? No, Holly can be something else. Why can't Holly be Kitten? Why can't? It's not a fucking mantle if there's nothing to pass down. Be your own fucking person. Who arrested Sionis for murder in the Gotham underworld. Dozen of would-be crime bosses attempt to fill the vacancy created by Black Mask's death, which is a cool thing, and you see this in real life too. Like when a big figure dies, there's a power vacuum that should happen. I feel like they mishandled it with Battle of the Cowl. But that could have been a much better story than it actually was. Yes, Sammy has a Discord, but
Sammy doesn't use the Discord.
Sammy just posts when Sammy's doing a video on Discord. And also, like, I have discussions for each of my shows. If you guys want to leave news stories for another news, which is only going to start to be a monthly show from here on out, because Sammy likes his Sunday nights or going on other people's streams who are doing better than in other news. Obviously suggestions for this show. But thank you for making me speak in the third person. In Blackest Night, which is probably one of my favorite storylines ever, Black Mask is resurrected as a Black Lantern and attacks Catwoman. Poison Ivy stops Black Mask by trapping him in a mutated pitcher plant. Okay,
effective.
All right. And I guess we'll see what happened in New 52.
Again, I think you should change that to
there's a better sound clip, like I said, where I think it's Cyborg Batman freaks out.
Oh yeah. I've taken a life.
Yeah, I've taken a life. And that's truly how I feel about the New 52. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, there we go. It's got to be this. Well, any fucking time, Comcast.
You be nice to the Comcast gods.
How do they not have this clip? Oh, you know what? Damn it. It's because I'm using Brave. Sorry. Google is better at finding like clips and stuff.
Unfortunately, that's why I have both Brave and Chrome. Brave up to the point where I need to do certain things, and then those certain things I got to do over on Chrome. Even though Brave is based on Chromium, which is the root of Chrome.
Yeah.
At any rate. Sorry to get nerd on you on that one.
I'm just going to have to fucking download the entire episode and clip it myself. Fine, I'll do it myself. But either way, he screams much more appropriate for the Here, this is how I feel about it.
Bob, gun.
I'm gonna need a moment alone here, boys. Let's see. Let's see what the new 52 decided about Roman Sionis. In 2011, just 10 years after 9/11, they decided the new 52 rebooted the DC universe. Roman Sionis is reestablished as Black Mask, and his history with the false face society remains intact. This version of the character has dissociative identity disorder.
Yeah, why not?
Roman Sionis being one personality of Black Mask being the other. Oh, so Two-Face. Cool, we got it. All right. So that's it. What is this now? Jeremiah Arkham took up Roman's. Oh, okay. I want to see in other media. He never made it to the animated series, which is strange because like short or newer characters like the ventriloquist had. I just kind of feel like from what they were doing, he would be too close to Two-Face.
Yeah, and
not in origin, but like in mentality, where there's this sick duality about Black Mask. But he was on Brave and the Bold, voiced by the all-time great John DiMaggio, who also did a wonderful version of the Joker in Under the Red Hood. But I love him most as either Bender the Robot or Jake the Dog.
Oh yeah. Now, his Joker was surprisingly good. When I heard the casting choice, I was a little like, am I just going to hear Bender?
You do in like little iterations, but it's almost like when Mark Hamill voices anything and it's not the Joker, you're just like,
kind of sounds like the Joker.
Good. Yeah. Yeah, but he has that, like party pooper, no cake for you. Or my favorite line in the entire movie was like, and then we'll take a picture. It was like, first you, me, and Bats, and then one with the crowbar.
Crowbar.
I was just like, all right.
Yeah, that's still, I think that's one of the best animated films that they did.
Yes.
They were all solid, but damn.
Who else we got? What else we got? What else are we working with? I did not watch the second season of Batwoman, but he was portrayed by this guy.
Huh. Who the hell? No, don't recognize him at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm just thinking of Mark Hamill in Batman Mask of the Phantasm. It was like, ooh, a photo op. The councilman and his wacky pal. Okay. So they have them in film, but they're including animated film. Under the Red Hood, which I think is the best iteration of Black Mask that you can Like fine. Even he's in the Arkham series, and usually I say that's always like a good example if you're gonna go outside of Batman the animated series. This is a well realized film. This is probably, I still would say that Batman Mask of the Phantasm is number one. This is a solid run for number two. There's just so many good lines. It was like, how many, knives are sharp enough to cut my lines? Not many.
Let's see. Batman Under the Red Hood. Third one down.
Nice. Yeah, you know what? Dude, you gotta just take a picture of the barcode and just send me that.
Sure. Yep, I will get that to you.
No rush, but I'm pretty sure I own most of them anyway in some shape or form. So he's also appears in Batman Bad Blood. I actually don't remember that, but I did like Bad Blood.
Bad Blood. Oh, okay, I remember that one. Yeah. Again, those movies, only good thing that come out of New 52.
Yeah, but this is after New 52.
It's currently on sale right now at Amazon. $43.
That shit. What? How much?
I'll send you $43.
Yeah, that ain't shit.
I'll put it in the show group chat. The link to it.
I just spent like $150 on like this short-lived Dead Man omnibus. Matter of fact,
it's in the show group chat.
Thank you. Although the one and it's out of print, and I've wanted it for years. Is Carrie Kelly did a run on, or not Carrie Kelly, Kelly Jones did a run on Dead Man, and it's just supposed to be like, if you're a Batman fan and like you're into the darker aspects of DC, obviously like Justice League Dark, and that Dead Man is very much a supernatural character. Like it's primarily in Gotham, and it just alludes to so many wonderful things, but it hasn't been in print for another it's probably been out of print for like 10 years.
Perfect. And let's see if we can find that on Amazon.
You can't.
Which?
It's on my wish list.
Oh.
Kelly, you can get it if you want it on Kindle, but let's face it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Roman. Anyone want to help me with this middle name? Because I just want to say Beavis.
Where is it?
Roman
Bovis.
Whoa.
Yeah,
I think yeah. Bovovich. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Roman Bovis.
Bovis. Bovis. Yeah. Bovis.
Yeah.
It's
like
it's like a French. It's kind of French when a so
it's like BAU. So like beautiful.
Bovis. Bovis.
Bovis. You know what? Just type it into Google Translate. How do you
language is hard?
Type it into Google Translate.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
It comes out as something completely different.
Roman Beavis. Sionis. It doesn't even fucking matter because it's for Birds of Prey.
Oh.
Or the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn.
Or simply Birds of Prey. No. Call it its actual name, not the reduced one down because it scared people away.
Yeah, I was gonna say we could have called it Birds of Prey. You could have had a good movie, and they're like, nope. No, don't get me wrong.
Be the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn.
I will argue that, like Henry Cavill, Margot Robbie was a great casting as Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
She has just been so
misused.
Yes. There's parts where she felt extremely sexy and then all the time crazy dangerous. Like a girl from a trailer park named Chantel. You know you're going to have a good time, but you know, you're going to get arrested.
So we were all wrong. It's Beauvais.
Beauvais.
Okay.
So they had to make it like gay in French. Like,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah. So
pretty fucking much. Bouvier sounds better.
Yeah. Marge's maiden name. Either way, Ewan McGregor, he probably could have brought a lot more. This movie, unfortunately, was at the height of let's make it lame and gay. It started in 2016 with the fucking Ghostbusters film, and nobody was really it took the world a year and a half of being shut down because of a fake pandemic for people to finally admit that maybe, just maybe, this isn't what we want. But this is all the characters that were misused in this film. Cassandra Cain, Victor Zsasz, Helena Bertinelli, Harley Quinn, Diana Lance, and Renee Montoya. These are the only iterations of these characters on film. I couldn't even watch it to the end because it was that fucking bad. And I love a lot of these characters. Victor Zsasz is one that we'll definitely get into, where he's never good on his own. He's better why the Penguin's robbing a bank, but also like Victor Zsasz has kidnapped 5 girls. He's good to add to a story. Cassandra Cain is fantastic. She's been Batgirl. My favorite iteration of the Huntress. Diana Lance is fucking Black Canary. And Renee Montoya, she's good. I didn't like her when they made her the Question, but I liked her as one of the good uncorrupted cops under Jim Gordon's command.
Yeah.
Like I said, I love the design in the Arkham games. I actually like the design in Birds of Prey. It looked really good. You know, it's not a hard design. You know, just skull mask, gangster suit. Like, you don't need. Also voiced by Nolan North. Did not know that. But he's not a hard character. In the beginning, he was a harder character to write because he was in Dark Tomorrow, which is obviously. It actually had a pretty good storyline, but it is one of those games that are inherently broken, and people probably would have liked it a lot more if you could play it. I know it's constantly, it's like him and Superman 64 showing up on games that are just like unplayable.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But hold on, let's see the plot. Ra's al Ghul and his daughter Talia and his League of Assassins take control of a weaponized satellite targeting Gotham City. While trying to end the gang war between the ventriloquist and Black Mask, Batman discovers that Commissioner Gordon has been kidnapped and held hostage in an overrun Arkham Asylum. Racing through Gotham City sewers to enter the asylum undetected, Batman has to fight his way through several foes, including Victor Zsasz, the Ratcatcher, Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, and Killer Croc. Finally encountering the Joker, the mastermind behind Gordon's kidnapping. After defeating the Joker and saving Gordon, Batman deduces that the Joker was actually working for Ra's al Ghul, and the kidnapping scheme was merely a distraction to allow Ra's to commence his newest plan to take over the world. What a good fucking premise of a game, but you also couldn't jump very well, and the fighting mechanics were not there. I believe I tried to play it once, even though it was through emulation, but like I couldn't get past the tutorial where it was just like you need to. It was like, you know, they'll be like, oh, now jump between these buildings. Now for a long jump, you know, hit double jump, but there's also you have to hit them in a certain way. So when you double jump, but there was also if you hit jump and then jump twice, it was also a move that he would like spin and do like a downward kicking thing in combat. But it would also just be like if you're in the middle of two buildings while you're trying to hit double jump, if you didn't time it out perfectly, he would just rapidly plummet between two buildings, and you're like, okay. Yeah, that wasn't great.
Now, first really solid Batman game, still holds up. It got overshadowed by the Arkham series. Batman Begins.
Oh, I'd still say
game
Batman
was
Nest
so
was
good.
Fucking awesome.
Oh yeah. But for like the actual almost open world stealth attacks, everything that came later and better in Arkham, Batman Begins did first, and they did it well.
Yeah, no, well, you can argue that, or like Spider-Man 2, but the real thing about it was for Batman Arkham Asylum was the combat. And that's something that I will say that Spider-Man PS4 totally, they took everything that was good about the Arkham games, and then they streamlined it even further, and it became like the quintessential game that you want to like play as like a superhero. Like it nailed it. And but like, yeah, you couldn't have that. Like I said, everyone's worried about how to do a Superman game. I loved there was that tie-in for the one with Brandon Routh. So you don't have a health bar. You're invulnerable. The city has a health bar. You know, that's a better adaptation of Superman than you know, there was a bunch of stuff, but you know, like Spider-Man PS1 brought stuff like you can see where it was all leading into this culmination. The first time they ever truly got it right was Arkham Asylum. Batman Begins was great. But it was like the first time this was like a totally realized world, and you felt like Batman. And I just bought all of them on Steam, and it's not letting me play them, and it's pissing me off because I have to figure out how to like change something on my computer. I'm gonna have to watch like a video for that. But otherwise, we've been on it for almost 3 hours. This is one of our longer episodes, but we've gotten sidetracked.
3 hours. It's only felt like
4,
2.5.
Yeah, so we're at the 250. Guys, what do you got going on tonight?
4:30. I got Rogues Gallery. We got Dermy Wormy on as a special guest. He's killing it with those quartering videos, so it'll be good having him on.
Then later tonight at 7 p.m. PST on my channel is the next episode of Sensor Log Podcast. We'll be watching episode 3 and 4 of the first season of the original series of Star Trek. And I was incorrect. It's not episode 4 that's the original pilot. It's episode 3 that's the original pilot. So we'll be starting off with the second pilot of the series will be episode 3.
All right.
Then I'm starting a new show on Tuesdays, not this week, coming Tuesday, but the following, which is called What the Frack. And we'll be watching through the remake of Battlestar Galactica because Tiny But Fierce has never seen it before. So we're going to watch and get her natural reactions to seeing it for the first time. And then all the good titles are on Thursday at 6 p.m. PST on my channel.
Nice. I am home because apparently I do have a bacterial infection, so I'm taking medicine and stuff, so I will not be having band practice on Sunday.
Allergies.
Yeah, and bad Coke. Those motherfuckers. That's why you never, you know what, you just never buy them from Sri Lankans. Okay, they're always fucking lying, spiking their shit with weird stuff. They're like, oh, it's gonna help your testosterone. And it was like, no, just give me regular cocaine. Okay. Wait, is my mic on? Did I not hit? No. I've honestly been sick since MegaCon, on and off, and the weather going from like 30 degrees to 70 degrees has not helped my situation in that short time of fluctuation. So I'll be around mostly tonight, but lastly, I will be doing an episode of In Other News tomorrow, but I've also decided you guys keep bugging me to keep doing the show. So what I'm going to do is instead of that being a weekly show, that's going to be like a once a month event or maybe 2 episodes. But frankly, with the band and trying to keep that up, our practices are on Sunday, going home and then doing a bunch of prep to do the new show. It just doesn't work, but I'm not having band practice this week. So we will be doing another episode of In Other News, and check it out. But I would much rather have it be enjoyable than have it feel like a task, and it's very much felt like a task for the last couple months. And but that's what we got going, and so I get to make fun of Dermy tonight. That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Although it's hard to make fun of him. Beautiful bastard. Let's see. Do we have anything else? Oh, yes. I have a show. It's not on my channel, but it's a Rumble exclusive. It's called Lights Camera Citation. We basically, me and 4 other friends, we watch people get arrested, and my buddy Darnell is a former cop, and you guys basically just send in super chats until his head explodes because like his computer can't keep up with making the wheel of prizes bigger. And you know what, it got to a fever point last night, and I think we did something really great back there, so please check that out. And other than that, you guys can get your Batman news. Waiting for Chuck Dixon to come on to talk about Bane. We've been talking. It actually might be which I can talk to you guys about that. It might have to be like in the afternoon.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's Chuck Dixon. Fucking we'll move.
Yeah,
we'll move around.
that's what I said. He's like, it's kind of a morning. I was like, yeah, dude, like we can fix that. And also, if there's characters that we're talking about that you want to like jump on, he's like, well, I don't want to overstep. And was like, he wouldn't be overstepping.
Yeah.
Are you trying to imply that I know more about Batman than you do? Because I assure you that I don't. Either way, I don't know. Love Beast, Pootie Grease. That'll be the end of the show. Well, I'll see you guys in a couple hours when I'm hanging out with Emerald and Iron, and I'm going to take more medicine to help me stop coughing up shit that looks like Martian Manhunter. I will see you later.
Have a good day.
Malaikum assalam.
Come on. Yes, Batman, clad in the somber costume which has struck terror to the heart of many a swaggering denizen of the underworld. Bob? Gun.
Holy CinemaScope! Holy miscast Batman! Holy movie moguls! Holy cliffhangers Batman! Holy suborbit Batman is raining down there! Big history! Holy catastrophes Batman! Holy bullseye Batman! Holy stereo! Listen to this! Holy armadillos! Holy Krypton! Holy trampoline! Holy fork in the road! Holy Titanic Batman! Holy Houdini! Holy funny bone the Joker! Holy chutzpah! Holy precision!
Tomorrow, same that time, same that channel.
The monster who took you from me will soon learn that revenge is a dish best served